I just want to ask the gracious host that we have tonight if he would like to say one more word.
At this point, I'll be honest with you, and forgive me if I step on toes. I don't give a shit what else happens tonight. Kofi won the WWE Championship. But I will say, and I want to make this very clear because, you know, sometimes you go to the airport, you say you see one of your favorite wrestling stars, and maybe they had a bad day, maybe they're late for a flight, and they don't stop to give you that photo or that autograph. I promise you they love you. Because being here tonight reminds me all the bumps and the bruises and the pain that I walk around with, it's all worthwhile when I hear the raw emotion from all of you. Thank you, because without you, there is no us. If you don't watch, there is no WrestleMania. So give yourselves a round of applause right now for being fans. And on that note, I want to say one more time, a big shout out to Yep, I Like Wrestling. Follow them on social media. Download the podcast. They throw great parties. I've been to one before. You guys got to show love. Support the people that support you. They bring this to you. It's a synergistic effect, like I said before. So, at this point, let's get back to WrestleMania. Let's get back to drinking. I drink Jameson. I'm just saying. And you guys have a good night.
The Yup, I Like Wrestling podcast.
You see what I did there?
Are you going to start?
Oh, yeah.
Are you real right now?
The greatest general manager. Jesus. I'll allow it.
That's peon moves.
Yep, I like wrestling.
Greetings, supports unknown. My name is Sunny Sofrito, and today I am joined by
The great. Oh wait.
Wrong person.
Oh, sorry. The unfriendly neighborhood Amazon Tyme.
and I'm also joined today by
Beige Benoit, a.k.a. Steph McNasty.
and finally I am also joined today by
The greatest general manager in Yep, I Like Wrestling history. Oh, Sonny. I am exhausted. Is anyone else at this table exhausted?
It was a long weekend.
It was a long weekend, not in the Poconos, but in New Jersey.
It was a long weekend for Mania.
Oh,
I'd rather have been in the Poconos.
I'd rather have been inside Ricochet. Here's the problem I had with this weekend.
The one and only.
It was too fucking long. And I never say that, Sonny. I never say anything is too long. But this weekend was too long.
Especially about Ricochet.
Oh, my goodness. You all started it off. So what did you all do? Because you all started, what, Monday morning?
Close enough.
When was Evolution?
We-
What was the name of that show? Evo something?
We started Thursday for Evolve.
Oh,
Oh,
for
Evolve. Not
At,
Evolution.
at
That's the
La Boom.
pay-per-view that's been canceled. Yes.
Stop
Shout out
it.
to Evolve.
Yes.
So that was Thursday. Then you guys did something Friday. What'd you do Friday?
Friday we did a few things Friday. The first show was Shimmer. Yeah, we did. Oh, 30 holes.
Oh,
wow,
so.
wow.
See, now it feels different because The Undertaker showed up recently. Now that it's something totally different now.
Poor Eliza's holes.
Oh, yes.
Poor
Yeah,
McCool.
really shovel
So
that
what'd you
boy.
do Friday, son?
Friday, the first show we did was Shimmer 113.
Yeah.
Sonny, I love that word. Can I change my name to Shimmer?
Don't you already have that as
Shimmy's
one of your
enough.
names?
It's trademarked. Okay, then what'd you guys do Friday nights?
After Friday afternoon, we actually went to Rev Pro at the Hilton.
Yes,
Oh,
we did.
That was a good show.
Damn, how many fucking shows was there?
There was 3. And then we ended it off at
NXT.
NXT TakeOver where we almost killed each other because we didn't eat between the other
Oh,
two
we're
shows.
gonna tell the world that because I can
Sorry.
let them know how you were wrong.
You
And I
have
was,
It's
to
fine.
be
It's
the
fine.
Amazon.
thank you.
It's
You
fine.
have to
I did
be
not
that.
get this size from not eating.
I know.
That's first
It's
of
okay.
all.
I love it anyway.
I'm just saying.
There's
The thing
more
that-
of you to love. That's all.
I feel like they went to a show for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And
Yeah,
it
we
had
ate
neither.
wrestling,
It had
and
neither.
we had no food.
Had no food. No
No
food, but it was
foods.
worth it.
No
If you go
foods.
to a wedding, the bride and groom never eat. They forget to eat at their own wedding. This is what these two did. They went everywhere. and
Now we
forgot
gonna
to
eat at our wedding. If I
Hell
pay
yeah.
for that fucking food, we gonna eat.
We're talking
You,
about
Teddy,
catering.
you make sure I eat. If,
Oh,
if anybody else, you make sure I eat at my
I'm
wedding.
gonna be the one holding your dress. You better believe I'm gonna
And
let
my
you eat
hair
something.
when I throw up. Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait till
Love
they
it.
get married.
And then
That sounds legit.
Saturday,
What'd you do
Saturday was a chill day.
I went to Hall of Fame.
You did Hall of Fame. I did the G1 Supercard.
Because you can't always spend the day together.
Yeah, we needed a day. A little
Smart.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my exes.
Yeah. Shout out to communication and boundaries.
Yes.
Good couple decisions.
Yeah. And then Sunday we went to the tailgate for the HPC 2 Sweet podcast.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them and their tailgate party.
Shout out to Victor Villain, a.k.a. Pita Pitola.
Oh,
Wow.
this is why we can't have nice things. Yes.
And then we ended up at WrestleMania.
Oh, good. We didn't talk about much of the tailgate. That's great. Yes, we had WrestleMania.
Whoa, wait.
No,
No, wait.
no,
Hold
we're
on.
gonna comment on everything as we get there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
once we
No, we
get
won't
there,
talk about
that.
no. All the
We don't have to
stories
get there. We can
will.
pass by it.
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
We can
I heard a weird story about somebody getting beat down by children.
Oh, no, that
Yeah,
was
we'll get
Game
there.
of Thrones, Maester Pycelle.
No. We'll get there. Don't
That
worry.
was one beige battle.
No, that was
and we can post
that
all
was
these
Step
videos
Brothers.
on the
Oh,
Like Wrestling page.
No, that was Step Brothers.
yes,
We
yes.
can talk about
Watermark them though.
No. Yes.
Please do,
Will.
for next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do.
So then you all went to the actual big show, and you all got home. What time? Wednesday morning? What was that?
Ooh.
What time is that again? Wednesday morning?
Child, we just got back.
You just got back
We
from
just got
Shout
back.
out to MetLife Stadium.
My clothes just dried from the rain. Thank you, New Jersey Transit. Piece of
Wait.
shit.
So wait. I heard something on the news. So it was funny because
Oh Jesus.
the
He
news
He wants to make
said
me
Gas me
angry.
up.
the Jersey Transit blamed WWE for all the transportation delays because the show ran later than it was supposed to. I don't know about this, but I would think if you were a transportation system, you would prepare for people leaving super late.
Or provide
Yes.
transportation.
Yes, because they completely fucked up the entire schedule of the New Jersey Transit and that one little shuttle train station they have in front of MetLife. And they pretty much made everyone wait till approximately 3 in the morning to actually leave New Jersey. If you left before the Becky Lynch match, you probably got on the New Jersey Transit at a good time. You were fine. But once 12 o'clock hit, all the trains were delayed. There were no trains. They said they did not have enough workers due to government law that they couldn't have a certain amount of employees. That screwed them up. But then they lied and told everyone that WWE told them the event was going to end at 10:30. That's a lie. WWE already told them that just like any other sports venue and just like any other major sport, they do not tell you exactly when it ends because you have to take into account overtime and such for those events.
Exactly.
Just like with WWE, it's the same thing. New Jersey Transit was bullshit. They were unprofessional. It's badly built, that station. And then even if you drove, you're probably stuck in parking or stuck in on the streets trying to get out of the damn thing for about 2 hours. So it was just absolute atrocious. It was bullshit. MetLife is the absolute worst. Fuck New Jersey.
I've actually had friends tell me that when they leave Summer Jam, it takes them 2.5 hours to get out of the parking lot driving.
And that's driving. Imagine being there for 4 hours, 3 hours,
And then
trying to just get on a train.
the heavens opened up and we got a downpour on us while waiting. There was rain on top of it all. And it wasn't like trickles or the rain that's just like No. It was actual rain.
It was like Noah's Ark rain.
Yes.
Like just continuous downpour.
Yes, it was horrible.
Her poor mother looked like a wet chihuahua. It was so sad. I felt horrible.
She was just there crying.
She was absolutely miserable. Our jeans, for some reason, we all had denim jackets on.
They were the heaviest jackets in the world.
I don't know how it happened. We were just denim Lovato. I don't know what it was. And we were just soaking wet. It was just,
and
it
then
was the worst.
they finally got 3 trains to shuttle everyone. Someone got sick on the train, and we had to wait 2 hours for the ambulance to come get them.
While waiting for
So they didn't
we had
move
to wait an
anyone.
hour
Everybody
for
was just
that.
outside. Yes, and that is how we ended up getting home at 5 a.m.
So
Yes.
can I just tell you who you need to blame for this?
New Jersey Transit.
Curvin.
Aside from them. No.
Oh,
Why Curvin?
I always blame everything on Curvin.
Yes.
It's pretty easy.
Well, I think we also need to blame the general manager who was wishing that it rained.
Holy shit! I
you
forgot
black
about
heart
that.
You know,
motherfucker.
just because it happened after the show doesn't mean he didn't wish it.
First of all, I go to church every Sunday. Shout out to my Instagram.
Look
You
at that.
know
It worked out for him.
And when I talk to God, He listens. I said it was going to rain. I wasn't specific, so you're welcome.
Can you pray
Me
that
and John
Sonny
are
pays
like
us?
this.
Can you
What's
pray for Sonny to pay us?
I have to take all my
I
extensions.
don't do miracles, my friend. I don't do miracles.
Listen, man, didn't I get you some nice wings?
Yeah.
Oh, you're paying for these?
He went
maybe.
Yeah,
All right, that's
maybe.
good. It's
Thanks,
tax,
Dad.
it's tax deductible. That's
Yeah.
why.
So for any
This
of
guy.
you who ever come to the Yep I Like Wrestling viewing parties, first off, thank you. But if you ever see the general manager make a hasty exit, that is why, because the trains mess up after a certain hour, and I have to get back home. So if you ever see me talking to you and then I run away, that's why. It has nothing to do with you. I just have to get home, and I know how those trains are at night.
Yes.
So if he runs away from you, it's actually New Jersey Transit.
Yes, I do. There was a lovely boy I was talking to on Sunday, and I literally left in mid-conversation. Like, I handed him his drink, and that's that. I just ran.
You were handing out drinks too.
I was.
Wow.
Yeah. By the way, I have an issue with you.
Oh, God.
The
See,
babyface GM.
so you know, the general manager did say.
Greatest general manager.
No. Right now, you're
GM.
not the greatest because you said anybody that wears the disclaimer shirt, you're gonna buy shots for all night.
Shout out
and
to
I wore my
April
and
and
I,
Cage.
and I actually wore my disclaimer shirt on Sunday for WrestleMania, and I did not get one shot.
I don't have that much money. But
'Cause
I
you only get-
I did give out. April got her shots, and Cage got his shots, so I am a man of
They
my
didn't even
word.
have it on that day.
He had it on Sunday. I gave him his
that's
shot.
pretty
Actually, I took a shot with him, so suck on that.
You did.
I did. I needed something to get through that fucking day. I was up for 82 hours.
Bro.
It was a lot.
Bro.
Shout out to
Bro.
Matt Riddle, who
Bro.
I want to do bad things to. Can we get to
Oh,
NXT?
He's
God.
so little. He's so little.
But his body is
He's
ripped.
so little. Oh,
Marijuana
God.
does a great
That's
thing.
one thing we've noticed this weekend. One thing we noticed this weekend. A lot of wrestlers kind of short.
Yeah, Revelations.
Oh yeah. Well,
By
that's,
the way,
that's not
I
a
just
big fan.
realized something. Ricochet only weighs 190 pounds. What if they send him to 205 Live? I'll never see him, Sonny. Because I
I don't
get
even know why
PBS.
you even talking that shit, because you're going to fucking turn on that
No,
205
I don't
anyway.
get PBS in Jersey. I will never see 205 Live. I think it's still on PBS. I don't know.
Yeah, all he gets is BET in Newark.
Shout out to
Oh.
BET. I love 106 at Park. I love that show. It's my favorite show.
That's been canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it, I'm way behind.
Just
okay.
like
Game
just,
of Thrones season
like-
1
wait.
still going on.
Stop it.
Oh, God.
Stop.
Well,
I'm not ready for Sunday.
We're season 8.
106 and Park got canceled just like the actual 106 and Park because of gentrification.
Oh.
Shout out to white people
Now we're
buying
sad.
up real estate.
Ruining things everywhere.
Thank you.
I'll
It now
allow it.
costs $1 million to live in Harlem. Thank you, gentrification.
It sure does, man. I wanted to move back home to my hood.
And they were like, no thanks.
Puerto
Not
Rico,
you.
It's been destroyed by a hurricane. Why would you want to
And
move
Trump.
back there?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm actually a New Yorican more so.
Oh.
You know, born and raised in New York,
Shout
man.
out
You
to
know,
Spanglish.
I always get nervous when he says N words, but New Yorican is, it's okay. It's
Yo,
okay.
I've heard
What
those
the hell?
Go lay down in your closet, nigga. I've heard these. They don't affect me.
He said that to you too?
He did.
But wait. But listen, didn't I get better audio from you guys?
I really don't believe you were recording that night anyway. I think it was just for funsies between you and I.
Do it slower.
It might
Okay.
have been.
Quick question, guys. Quick
Yes.
question. Was there something at NXT that blew you away? Let's just do a highlight. Was there one spot that you were like, holy crap, did I just see that?
I will say the very end was
Johnny
an
Gargano?
amazing moment when
Johnny gargling.
when
Did I mispronounce his name?
Wait till-
Italians always
no,
stuck me.
you got the name right. It's just Tara's a child. But when
out to
Tommaso Ciampa came out,
Chiampa.
Chompa
Shout
dick.
out
Ah,
to-
Champa.
Chompa
it
dick.
Ciampa?
Remember? Chompa dick?
yeah, well, I was trying to avoid
It was
you
Ciampa.
saying Ciampa dick, so that's why I
Well,
said.
but you said Champa Dick now.
Well, yeah.
Oh
now-
God, I just said Champa Dick.
we all just said Ciampa dick.
Ciampa.
Oh,
Speaking
God.
And Teddy Chopsticks. But anyway,
Oh,
Often. Shout
but
out to everyone.
Shout out to the bathroom on Sunday.
Shout out to the bathroom. It was busy, Sonny. It was busy. You're welcome.
so anyway,
You carrot.
no, when Tommaso Ciampa came out, I thought that was an actually amazing moment because I always like those moments when kayfabe is broken for a moment and they just have a true celebratory moment. And I thought that was a great moment at that point in time.
Yes.
appreciate
First, his wife came out, and I
Yes.
thought it was a fan. Little did I know, there was actually a fan the next day that was going to kill Bret Hart again. But on Friday,
Jesus.
the wife came out, hugged him, and I said, this is beautiful. But then Thomas Ciampa came out and hugged him much closer, and I was like, oh, I don't like this, because they were doing it right in front of the wife.
You were touching dicks.
And then they embraced and whispered to each other, and meanwhile the wife was like, oh, really? We're doing this on camera? I thought they were going to kiss. They were so close to each other, I was like, oh, this is terrible. His wife is standing right there.
It was
Oh,
a
no, she's-
beautiful moment. Stop
She's probably
belittling
played
me.
shish kebab once in a while.
It was like, it was
never
awkward.
know.
Eiffel Tower?
Eiffel Tower. There you go.
Oh, Okay.
That's not a bad thing between Ciampa and Gargano.
They are a tag team.
Oh my.
Beige.
Definitely DIY. Definitely DIY on
Beige,
that.
what was your highlight?
DIY.
I
for real?
want to say I
Pretend
love.
like I'm Tara and give it to me quick. What was your highlight of
Oh,
NXT?
it's gonna take a while if I do that. A half hour.
Oh.
All right.
no.
How about this? What was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment I would have to say is the storyline of Walter versus Pete Dunne. I like the match
Walter.
there.
Okay.
I
How about
like,
you? Oh,
that's it. That's it.
how about you, Tara?
I will say Gargano because everybody in Madison Square Garden was cheering so hard for
Where?
Adam Cole. Oh,
Really?
Madison Square Garden. My bad. I was thinking about you
Barclays.
live. We were at the Barclays.
You forgot where you were at.
Yeah, yeah.
did you?
Yeah, it was
I
a long day.
had a
It was
Hulk Hogan moment.
It was a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
Silverdome,
long
brother.
day.
That was
Yeah.
her 8th wrestling show. Give her a break. She didn't know where she was.
We're at
Oh
the.
my God! Yeah, we went from La Boom to the Hilton to Barclays. That was ridiculous.
We had 3 boroughs for 3 shows.
I'm not doing this with you.
Shout out to the Undertaker.
On the train.
And I liked my favorite part was the flex right after we left our section. There's Gargano is champion T-shirts being sold.
Oh.
Yeah, big old yellow shirts. And they're like, "Listen, we only have this many of each size. Go!" And it was ridiculous.
Vince is a devious
That was
Cunning,
Wow, that was dope.
cunning
But you-
genius.
But you know that was really what we noticed too when we were outside of Barclays Center. If you look at the posters of SmackDown, Raw, NXT Takeover Hall of Fame, all the stars they had for NXT Takeover were all the people who were the champions that won that night. So it was almost like a spoiler, right, when you walk into Barclays.
Oh.
Everyone who won that night. They had,
Vince is a genius.
yeah, it was.
I
Insane.
mean, and it's funny, you probably just didn't realize until you left.
yeah, when
Yeah.
we walked out, I was like, wait, that's everybody who won. So if I walked in and just guessed all those guys, that would have been
All
there you
these
go.
guys.
All
All
these
these guys. All
You know,
these
these
guys.
You know what? Think about it like this. Next time you go to a show and you see something like that, make sure you go on to, reach out to someone that's in Jersey and tell them to go on a betting app and then make those bets and see if you
true.
make some money.
Oh.
Do the parlay. Oh my God. I think I need to stop going to LA.
You had a Dag Nabbit moment.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
had an
Yeah,
old man
yeah,
moment.
yeah,
Dag
yeah.
Nabbit, you better go play them sluts.
Should take that bus to Atlantic City.
Yeah. Well, to go another route, let me just say this. We are going to have a lot more information. And, I mean, we're going to have a lot more
Insight?
insights and thoughts and opinions regarding everything that happened at the G1 Supercard, NXT TakeOver, and the Hall of Fame on the very next episode that's going to be done with Tara, Baze Benoit, and Kevin Wood.
Dick Dick.
Always been a fan of Woods. So
So
they're going to talk about it. Can I just say one thing about the Hall of Fame? Just one thing.
Yes.
Stacey Keebler still looks good.
Oh, yeah, man. I was looking at that, yeah.
Yeah.
She is still the Duchess of Dudleyville, Sonny.
Yeah.
You couldn't really hear them, but they were chanting, George Clooney, clap, clap,
No.
clap, clap, clap. Yeah.
You know what's
But
funny?
it was
I was actually-
kind of low, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I was actually telling Allison, I was like, look, that's George Clooney's ex. And she was like, oh. So
That's
it's like,
so sad. That's the first thing people say about her, all the time.
well, yeah.
She will always be the one who missed out. Because
Yeah, 'cause-
the next girl got the ring.
Yeah.
She will always be the one
Oh,
who
she's
missed
Yeah.
good luck,
Yeah.
And now,
Chuck.
mind you, Stacey Keebler has now remarried and has a baby, but she will always be the one George Clooney screwed.
Yo,
out
if
of
you're
the
a
ring.
basketball fan,
Stacey screwed
that's
Stacey.
Doug Collins and Mark Jackson.
Yes.
I love basketball, don't you?
I do so much.
I understand it so
It's
much.
like
It's
picking
so
Kevin
good.
Durant, and then you have the Greg Oden draft pick.
Ooh, that was a bad one,
That was
too.
a bad one. That was a bad
Yeah.
No, my favorite
one. We
was
talk sports.
no, Tori Wilson. She was like, they used to call me ugly, and guess what? I still think I'm ugly, but I don't care if you think I'm ugly. And I was like, girl, shut up. Like, where are we going with
What is
this?
Like shame she's supposed to have. Like,
Yeah, it was like you were like one of the most downloaded divas ever. Like, relax,
She
forget it.
was
You're
like that
cute.
inner
Yeah.
Insecurity, but shout out to Tori Wilson, who
Yeah.
shouted out Sable, one of the first people to
Yes.
ever say Sable's name. Thank you, Tori Wilson, for that.
Yeah, so let's move on. Let's actually talk about WrestleMania, the actual show.
WrestleMania. All right, we're good.
The show of the immortals.
Oh, love it.
First and foremost, Renee was wearing a functional jacket. I was so happy because she's wearing some Bobby Heenan shit on Raw. I don't know, but she looked good on WrestleMania. And Paige looked good on WrestleMania. Jonathan Coachman looked good. Corey Graves, good. Everyone looked good. Everyone came out very well dressed, except for that guy from Sirius Radio. I don't know why he's around. I don't know.
Sam Roberts is cool,
He
man.
has the Krusty the Clown from Simpsons.
He's got the
hair.
Garfunkel.
Nah,
I
but
don't get
Yeah.
it.
he's actually a cool dude, man. Shout out to
He's been to
Sam
the
Roberts.
viewing parties.
Been
right?
to the viewing parties. He's actually
He's really insightful. I'll give him
Yeah.
that. He's really insightful. I like him.
Can we be insightful off camera.
Yes.
Because it's hard to see everyone else and then him. That's all I'm saying about that.
Ooh, child.
It's hard. But Paige looked good. I will say that about.
And those are the thoughts and opinions of Teddy.
You
And
got to
they do
scream.
not represent the thoughts or
we just
opinions
started.
of Yep, I Like Wrestling.
a
Fine,
light
I will
call
take it
there.
back. I will say. How will I say this night? He has the perfect face for radio. Is that better, sir?
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Serious
he's on
radio.
Shout out to...
Sirius FM.
How did you all feel about the cruiserweight match?
Dick lost. Aw.
He did.
And I
You
picked it right.
did.
You picked the Dick to lose?
No, I picked Tony. Well,
Just
I
like
picked no.
picking
I picked.
Dick?
I picked Tony. Tony needs to win.
Hey,
But,
forget about
yeah, it was a good match. The funny thing was that did you any of you catch Velveteen Dream, who was kind of like trolling him when he came back from the ring, and was basically just talking a lot of shit to him, like, hey, where's your belt at?
Oh.
Yeah. They put that up on
Okay.
his Instagram, on his social media.
Probably seen an NXT episode with that.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, I kind of see that where you're gonna see Velveteen Dream and Buddy
Dick?
Murphy. I always pause because I'm just like, do I say Dick or Buddy Murphy?
So you're dreaming of Dick.
No. I'm thinking of.
You're dreaming of.
I'm thinking of the real name. All right.
Not
So
mine, Velveteen Dream and Dick. It was fun watching him and Matt Riddle. It was quite fun. Tara, the Cruiserweight Championship. Yay or nay?
I was walking in at that
Weren't you
point.
outside the bloody arena? Why were you just walking in during that match?
Because of the whole policies with MetLife and like the clear bags, and this person had to run back to the car. It was a mess.
They have rules at stadiums.
Yeah,
This is
and then
why
the
I don't
line
do
went back. The
anything.
lines went back like 3 letters into the parking lot. So let's
Yeah.
say A, B, C. Like that's how far the lines were to get inside the
You
stadium.
couldn't just do D. You couldn't bring it back to D.
To
'cause
D?
That could have been so much easier for me.
I'm so sorry.
Fine, the lines were long.
The lines were long. My
All I
bad.
can say this about the Cruiserweight Championship, Tony Nese's body is amazing. Like, just 0% body fat. I mean, I don't know what these people eat that they can get bodies like this, but shout out to them. Healthy living. Go for it.
It's got to maintain that 205.
Oh, jeez. And there's
Gee,
no way
Shad.
Buddy Murphy's 205 pounds, but I will remain with kayfabe. Keep it going, Sonny. What's next?
I will allow it.
So then we had Carmella winning the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal. And honestly, had I not been so crazy at Jack Dempsey's, and shout out to Playwrights Club over on 35th Street for
Shout out to Playwrights.
taking care of the other people that we couldn't fit into Jack Dempsey's.
Spillage. So
You know,
say it's spillage.
No, the overflow.
Even better.
Oh, God. Well, anyway, they helped us out with taking care of all our guests. We filled up Jack Dempsey's. It was an amazing party. Oh, God, I can't stand you, Teddy. But, yeah, had I seen her win, I would have fucking rioted. Because that's exactly what I said on the last episode. She should not have won, but she won nonetheless, but we're going to let it go.
I cheered for her.
There's a pattern we noticed when you look back at WrestleMania, and I should have known once Carmella won what that pattern was. But we'll talk about that when we get to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Kayfabe alive. Okay, I get it. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
She's from Boston.
No one cheered for Sarah Logan, which was the funniest thing. Like when Sarah thought she won, everybody was like, "Oh, all right." And then when
Sarah
Carmella won, everybody was like standing up and singing. I did it
Those are your
too.
only two choices.
Yeah.
You might as well just go Carmella there.
Yeah.
Good God.
At that point, you have no other choice.
Yeah.
So you want herpes or syphilis? It's like, this is the best you got? Okay, fine. Give me the herpes. Like, really? Like,
I think syphilis goes away though.
All right, this is
Yeah.
not what we're doing right now. Cool. And then right after that,
We had the Raw Tag Team Championship match also on the pre-show, I think it was.
yep, on
Yeah.
the pre-show.
It was a very bik surprise. That was a super late addition to the card.
And the woo, Zack Ryder
Yeah, he did.
and Kurt Hawkins defeated the Revival, which
Yes.
I was a little bit surprised. But, I kind of wonder if it was because Dash Wilder had to be written off because he punched the shit out of that fucking guy.
No,
I think it's for the shakeup.
Yeah,
No, I
think
mean
it's-
obviously, but it's the first thing that came to
Yeah.
mind when I think of the Revival now is Dash Wilder punching the guy.
Hey, no flips, just fists.
Yeah, for
There you
real.
go.
And
That
then
was
you gotta
gotta be-
remember too, like Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins are the hometown boys.
Exactly.
So, but I thought they were just gonna automatically just lose them the next day, but they did it. But we'll talk about that
It's
later.
so stupid. Like I hated that entire match. It was so stupid. We haven't seen Zack Ryder in years. Curtis Hawkins has this.
They've been wrestling
265
together.
match losing streak.
Yes,
Stop.
and
But
now
they did a
at
lot of
WrestleMania,
they were doing
he's going
main
to
event.
win
Yeah.
and then give him belts. So basically, what we've been watching for a year was just ruined. Zack Ryder, they dug in the back of the closet, where Sonny makes me lie down and do most of this podcast, and we dragged Zack Ryder. It's like, oh, so we don't care about the revival at all because they basically lost to glorified jobbers.
Stop
there was
it.
no build up to this.
Be nice.
They basically just said, no, thank you, give it to the losers. Like there was no build
Let's
up.
give
to
Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins like a WrestleMania moment.
Zack Ryder got engaged this weekend. He's a winner.
Lucky fucking him. Sonny, next match.
Then we had Braun Strowman winning the Andre the Giant
Sonny,
Memorial
next
Battle Royal
match.
by last eliminating Colin Jost for SNL. And we are going to pass this match, but all I'm going to say is this. SNL gets a loss because why didn't you have a wrestler on the show? Your show on that Sunday night should have had that Saturday night, Sunday morning, because it comes on after midnight. The weekend update part didn't have anybody. Didn't even
It's funny
reference
shit like
WrestleMania.
this that pisses me off. Because
Yeah.
we could have given that time to someone else. But no, when we're playing around in the ring with Colin Jost and Michael Che
Yeah.
and Braun Strowman, who's basically an uncircumcised penis. Like, yes, it's there, but I don't want to see it. So anyway, next match, Sonny, please.
So then the official start of the show began.
Finally at 9 p.m. Great.
Oh, sun just going down.
Kind of felt like it. But so we had Alexa Bliss come out. Then she brought out Hulk Hogan. Yeah, exactly. And then
Lynching.
that's when Paul Heyman just started walking to the ring while
That was
I Am a
Gangsta.
Real American is playing. And yo, honestly, that shit.
It's kind of just Paul saying, fuck your music. I don't care.
It
I'm
fit
more
though.
important
But
than
no,
you.
actually, I felt like that was his theme music at one point when he was walking to the ring.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? If they would have played I Am a Real American for Paul Heyman, I'm not mad at
He's
it.
Jewish.
I'll
He's
allow
not
it.
a real American. Now, here's my problem, Sonny. Here's
Those
my
are the thoughts and
problem.
opinions. of
Thoughts and opinions. Oh
And
my
I kind
god.
of knew I was going to get it for that one. Here's my thing, Sonny. You and I were walking over to the second location, but by the time we got there, they were already wrestling. I was like, wait a
Yes.
minute. This is the championship match, and they're right out the gate.
Yep.
Wow.
And that was when he went,
That was-
burn it down!
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins slayed the beast. And
Yeah.
he sent Brock Lesnar back to the loving arms of Sable. Now this. I know I may have said once or twice that I didn't like Seth Rollins. I don't know if you all have picked that up over the past year.
No,
No.
not at
I
all.
would like to
Surprise.
take that back and say he is a very fine competitor, and I am happy that he won.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's cute.
I'm
Fucking
confused.
Respectable.
Fucking hypocrite.
Next match, Sonny.
Then we had AJ Styles defeating Randy Orton.
Yo, I
What?
just want to say, we in the audience could not see the match because WWE decided to put these bright fucking yellow lights beaming into the crowd, and it just was just like pretty much the sun hitting your face, and you couldn't see the ring
It
at all.
felt like nuclear
so if
warfare.
you were watching that match and you were just hearing these weird random chants, it's because we were all chanting, we can't see, or turn the lights off, or fuck these lights, fuck these lights. Those are all the chants going on the entire match. It was horrific.
You had no idea who was even wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Okay,
bad.
If you
Can
heard
I
a
tell
big
you?
cheer and Randy Orton seemed confused in the ring, that's because they switched the lights from yellow to red, and everyone was just fucking going crazy, who was ever in the crowd.
Can I tell you that was probably a good thing because even though the majority of the match was actually pretty decent, there was one significant botch that I don't know if everybody caught. It was when AJ was gonna jump up onto the top rope, and Randy Orton jumped up like he was gonna catch him into an RKO, and he just fell down to the ground. And Corey Graves saved the shit out of it. He was like, "Oh, they know each other so well." I'm like, "Nah, that was a fucking botch, son."
That's it's a good standard thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he said like, "Oh, look at the way they like we
Yeah.
already anticipated each other's move."
Yeah,
Like,
like, nah. They mistimed that shit, son. Don't even fucking play around. And then it was funny because then they went back to the same spot on the opposite side of the ring. Don't think we didn't catch that shit, man. Nah.
and Sonny has,
Such a good storyteller.
yeah,
Sort
Sonny
of like
got
he tells
old
his
eyes.
wife, I didn't fuck Carmella. He's a good storyteller.
Ooh,
Sonny,
ooh.
very good storyteller. Corey.
We just knew each other's known moves. It took the
You
same
know?
fight. and
Oh,
had the
we're
same
just
style.
friends. Shout out to Lita and Edge. Don't ever fall for that.
Never.
We're just friends. They're never friends, Sonny. Ever. Next match.
Said he doesn't represent Yep, I Like Wrestling.
What? Huh? Hey.
I will kick your ass.
No one has friends, Tara.
talking
Pay
about?
attention.
Me and Teddy are just friends.
All right.
Don't
Anyway,
fall for it.
then we had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match between the Usos, The Bar, Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, and Aleister Black and Ricochet, and the Usos won.
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
The match would have been perfect if Shinsuke Nakamura wasn't there. He's Asian. He can't pronounce his own name either.
Oh.
If Shinsuke wasn't there, the match would have been perfect. It would have been a perfect, like, what do they call it when it's boom, boom, boom?
Chemistry?
No, gangbang. That's the word I was looking for.
God.
Perfect gangbang, son. He had Shinsuke Nakamura.
You need
not
chemistry
there.
for that, too.
At least they didn't call him Shinsuke.
Shinsuke, I don't know his name. But I did not say fried rice, which was my first choice, but I did it.
Oh, those are the thoughts and opinions
I
of
just
Teddy.
did it.
I
I
They
said I
do
did it.
not represent the thoughts or opinions of Yep, I
Fine.
Like Wrestling.
Tara, what'd you think of that match? Besides Lana's fucked up outfit. What'd you think of that match?
Lana has been on something all weekend because she was bugging at the Hall of Fame too. She
Yo,
was
is
like
she on
doing
coke?
yeah, something's up
She
with
looked
Lana.
like a
I don't
fucked
know.
up Jessica Rabbit. I didn't get it. She had on 2 coats and a fake fur. It was like, I'm sorry. What was happening with
a hot
Lana?
mess.
And wasn't she in a boot last week? Like, get your gimmick together. Get your gimmick together.
We knew you were unimportant in that match if you were coming out of the midpoint of the ramp instead of the back point of the
Yeah.
ramp. We would see, like, we saw Shinsuke come out and Rusev come out. We're like, oh, they don't matter. They're
Yeah,
not
it's
winning.
so sad.
The only 2 groups that came out was Aleister Black and Ricochet.
And
the
Ricochet
Usos.
got a crazy pop. Like
he
that
did.
one and
He
only.
did.
Woo, child. He is over.
IC champ soon cometh.
Yeah.
Listen, before Teddy slides out of his chair, let's move on
Yes,
to the
yes,
next
yes,
match.
yes. I'm sorry.
Wait,
sorry
before
about
we
that.
do that,
Why are my
Okay.
shoes white?
the major, the major part of that match, Cesaro swung Ricochet for like 15 minutes.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
man.
was dizzy.
Yo, can we talk about how they did that spot? And 2 days earlier, they were afraid he had a concussion from the War Raiders.
Oh, shit.
That was just like
He just
hilarious
kept
to me.
spinning him and spinning him.
They're like, this will
and
fix it.
spinning him and spinning him. And at one point, Ricochet just sort of like puts his head in like the fetal position. Like you could just see like this hurts now. And Cesaro just kept doing it. And then when he finally let him go, he just sort of skidded across the ring, and I was like, oh god.
This man is dead.
And finally, Aleister, you can see Aleister go like, you all right? And Ricochet just goes like, oh.
He was holding
Great
his head
spot.
to make sure his brain didn't
It
pop
was
out
just
of that
terrible.
shit.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh,
It
he
made
felt
me
like,
nauseous. I was like,
oh my god, he
I
looked like Junior Seau. It was so
Yeah,
bad.
I was like, oh, child.
Good match, nonetheless.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good match. But the next match, I actually enjoyed the end of it, which was the Falls Count Anywhere match between Shane McMahon and The Miz. Thoughts?
Why would your father get in the ring? Why? Why? If your father can't fight, why are you jumping in? That's like you're getting beaten up outside a bar. Your friend who can't fight jumps in to also get beaten up. You could have stayed in the bar and called the police, you son of a
very
bitch.
true.
Like, what the fuck?
All right, but who was his dad going to call?
The cops.
Ghostbusters.
Maurice.
I
Call
knew
Maurice.
you were going to say that shit because Tara's 5 years old. I knew she was going to say Ghostbusters.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters,
Ghostbusters.
obviously.
Duh.
He probably needs
Like
some
if
shit
I ever
down.
was in a real emergency, I'd be like, oh, who can I call besides the Ghostbusters? Like, what else can I do now? Like,
There was many, many years ago when Randy Orton was doing his legend killer gimmick when he was
Yeah.
being the shit out of old legends.
Fucking love that.
One time he spit on Harley Race, and Harley Race reached over and punched the shit out of Randy Orton. Right? The only way this spot with the Mrs. Father jumping in would have worked if he connected a punch to Shane, and it would be like, oh, wow, like Mrs. Dad got some fire.
Yeah.
No, he jumped in the ring to then curl up in the fetal position to get beaten up. You could have stayed outside for that.
Yeah,
sir.
he should stage your ass
oh my
outside.
god, it was so funny though. I don't know. I like seeing old people get beat up. It's
We just saw
sad.
his old
Like,
ass stumble in the ring. We're just like, what the fuck is he doing? He's not gonna
So-
do anything.
so
He's
let
just-
I
me-
was like, look at that stupid over there.
The only way that spot would have worked if a punch connected and then the crowd would have popped like shit. But no, he got beaten up. No one wants to see an old person get beaten up.
I
That's
do.
terrible.
I do.
Oh, you
Oh.
terrible.
That's
Oh,
right.
No disclaimer. Racism, Sonny. Racism.
I'll allow it.
So she's Puerto Rican and he's he's I don't know the number.
A lot of black. A lot of black.
He's Spanish enough.
Black
Yeah.
where it counts.
Yeah. God. I don't want to. Okay, listen. Moving on.
I'm discussing with my co-host.
Yeah, discuss later. Let me. Okay, I have a question for you guys. What did you guys think of the actual ending of the match?
It was shit.
No, so the pin. What was the like? Would you put Miz over, or were you fine with Shane going over?
Put Shane over my nuts. The match was stupid.
I understand that, but I'm
Yeah,
asking
we
that-
didn't need to do any of this.
the reason why I'm asking is because I was actually our special guest that night came through, and he was sitting having his meal and we were watching that match. And as we were watching it,
We fell asleep.
MVP looked at it and said, "Yeah, I don't understand why Shane is going over."
So I'm
And-
kind of
Because
right.
he's a McMahon.
No, but the thing
and
is,
they always put the fucking McMahons over.
The entire
I
match
disagree.
was
I
stupid.
disagreed with. I disagreed
No,
with. it.
I'm not saying I wanted that to happen. I'm
Yeah.
saying it's just that's what they're gonna do.
That entire match
Plus
was
the
to
Miz
give
is about
Shane
yeah.
that big spot that he loves to do at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
No.
Has to do his big spot. That's entirely that match.
But he always does a big spot at WrestleMania. He doesn't always win. I think that it was the right move to have him win that match, regardless of the big spot. It's about him winning the match because it was so early in their. It's so early in their feud that if Miz would have won that match, there's no need to continue the feud.
It's true.
I think the feud is going to continue.
What,
But-
wait. I think
but
I'm
also
just
the Miz
waiting.
is having another child, so I think he's probably leaving for a
Oh,
bit.
shout out to Maurice.
So that's probably another reason too.
So you're saying that if Shane went over,
If Shane did go.
Shane went over.
If Miz would have went over in this match, it would have been no reason to continue the feud going forward.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. Walter and Shayna Baszler are two different people. Is that what I'm getting? I just got
Yes.
that what you were just explaining. That's
Yeah.
what that. Ow! I wonder why Walter came out and then beat up Carrie Zane. Now it makes sense.
The
That
Shane
was
McMahon, the
Shayna
Shane
Baszler.
McMahon one is an outlier to my theory, but there's another
Yeah.
corollary that goes into that. But.
So we'll move on since the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match.
Oh man, the concession stand was great. I got 2 hot dogs.
Fatal 4-way match
2
between
burgers,
the Iconics,
Iconic.
This is the part where I left.
where they defeated the Boston Hug Connection, who were the champions, as well as Beth Phoenix and Natalia.
Glenn Jacobs and Natalia. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop.
And Nia Jackson Tamina.
Tamina's hair looked great. That was the best part of that
That's a
match
first.
for me. Tamina looked great.
Yeah.
I like the Iconics winning. I'm very excited.
I like
Did
the
I,
Iconics.
did I
winning, too.
predict that? I feel like I
Yes.
predicted that. Thank
We,
you.
we all actually predicted that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so I
they
have
needed
a
that.
quote.
Shout out to April.
Shout out to April. She hosts Unpopular Review with
Suck
2
my
other
balls,
people.
April.
Here's my thing.
Yo,
I have-
damn.
Wow.
Those are the thoughts and opinions of Terry.
And nothing. You see the racism? Nothing. She can say whatever she wants. Goddamn Latinos, they can say anything on this show.
It's not because she's Latina.
It's
If you light, it's
because
right,
April
Teddy. If you light,
understands
it's
who I
right.
am.
No, it's just because even if I disclaim Tara, she doesn't even sell that shit. So it's me using wasted words. It's
Yeah,
like
he disclaims me, and I'm like, thank you.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's a bad.
It's a badge of honor for it.
Yeah.
If anything, I prefer not to disclaim because she just wants it.
She wants
Another
it
one.
It's like a kid like throwing a tantrum. You just
Yeah.
ignore it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I beat their ass. Here's my thing about the Iconics.
Beat their ass.
So,
Black Mama whipping.
shout out
BMW.
to our lovely Facebook follower and viewer, Mike K, who took pictures with about 87 wrestlers this weekend. He was getting a bit stalkery after a moment. His quote when the Iconics won, and I quote because I wrote it down, "My nuts busted." That is not a joke. Sonny, he wrote it on Facebook
Oh my
in my
God,
comments.
really?
I said, I posted a picture of the Iconics and I said, "Have your feet hit the ground yet?" And his exact comment was, and I quote, "My nuts busted."
That's
There is
great.
no joke or punchline, sir. That is what he wrote. So shout out to Mike K.
I'm trying to figure out if
Mike
it's because
K.
he's nutted or if because his balls literally combusted.
He loves the Iconics so much.
Oh, I know.
All
All
when
I'm
they
gonna say is
won.
this.
Oh, I know.
Those are the thoughts and opinions of
Oh,
Mike
thank
K.
you. Finally.
And they do not represent the thoughts or opinions of Yep, I Like
That's
Wrestling.
your first disclaimer to a white person, I think.
And, no, I've had
We
plenty.
got a lot of history here this
Yeah.
WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
So Mike K was happy. I, on the other hand, was like, well, this match is stupid. So that's why I left to get home safely. Next match, Sonny. Next match.
Before we move on to the next match, have you guys heard about Sasha Banks?
No.
No.
So
She no-showed the Wendy show. I know that much.
yeah,
I was
and
home.
She pregnant?
No,
Family
she,
emergency.
She got blocked by Alexa Bliss, apparently.
she got blocked by Alexa Bliss. It seems like there's some serious issues going on backstage with her and WWE, and it might be a thing where she's gone. Yeah.
What's happening?
So, because this weekend was so fucking exhausting, I was home for 2 days. And on Tuesday, I was watching Wendy Williams, because that's what you do when you stay home. When you can't move, you're welcome,
Thank
Sonny.
you.
And she was supposed to be a guest on the Wendy Williams show.
Exactly.
Someone from WWE called Wendy Williams legitimately after midnight
Yeah.
and said, Sasha Banks will not be there due to a family emergency. So then Wendy, being the drag queen she is, reported that just like that. She's like, well, Sasha Banks is supposed to be here, but since she's not here, more hot topics. How you doing? So that's how that whole show went. So yeah, Sasha was supposed to be on Wendy. She was not there.
Yeah, turn it back to
but then Sasha put out a lot of vague tweets out there talking about, you know, to sum it up, she's living the dream, but it's not the dream that she wanted anymore, and she just wants to feel the love, the magic again, because she's not feeling the magic anymore.
Oh, they're getting run down there in WWE.
And yeah, so basically, between
No,
that,
she's tired of doing a gimmick she doesn't love. I keep telling you, she doesn't want to be that like ratchet, like.
So between Alexa Bliss blocking her and her tweeting a screen block of it,
yo,
saying,
that was wild.
Saying
like,
you
whoa.
scared, and then also retweeting something about that Natalia wrote, "We won." And somebody said, yeah, we sure did. And she retweeted. Just the timing of all that, a lot of crazy indirect shade or whatever you want to call
Subliminals, if you will.
It's not the first time. If you ever read Charlotte Flair's book, she also talks about Sasha being not the nicest person backstage.
Yeah, I mean,
she actually said something to Charlotte's face along the lines of, well, I wish all of our fathers were 16-time champions.
Yeah, well, I mean.
And Charlotte wanted to beat that ass, but somebody had to stop her. So.
Wow.
So Sasha has had a lot of issues with a lot of different people.
She needs a boyfriend. That's what she needs.
She's married.
Yeah, I know.
She needs a boyfriend.
She needs a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I said that out loud. I said that.
Okay,
yes.
I got you. Rusev actually.
Rusev should crush her, yes.
No. Rusev actually directed some really nasty tweets towards her because of when they were in Brooklyn. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. She was walking past fans. She wasn't being friendly at all. And he tore her new one. So I'm like, yo, you know, you should be doing better. He never said Sasha's name, but everybody knew who they were talking about.
Wow.
Sonny, can we get to Kofi Kingston already?
Kofi!
SOS.
Oh.
I hear them shouting.
He's Jamaican. He's African. I just love it.
SOS. I hear them crying.
I don't care what he is. I knew he was black when he won. That's all I meant.
Exactly.
I knew he was black when he won.
So can I just tell you that at Jack Dempsey's, when he won, it was such a special moment. So we had MVP, the original Mr. 305.
Shout out to Montel Vontavious Bowser.
Exactly. You know, he was here hanging out with us as a special guest. And we also had Shad Gaspard from Cryme Tyme that was also hanging out with us here.
I'm so mad I missed him, Sonny.
Yeah, so when we were here watching the match, they were filmed watching the finality of that match.
At about 11:30. Yes.
And yo, you know, it was really touching, really amazing. And you know, at the end of this episode, I may have some sound bites from it that you'll be able to watch, but also go to our Instagram account to watch that particular moment. A lot of people got very emotional at the end of that match. I actually got on the mic and I said to everybody in all of Jack Dempsey's, men of color, stand up, because this is a moment. And
good. I didn't think it was going to happen. Beige Glamazon, what do you think?
It was amazing to see. The whole stadium was almost in tears.
Yeah.
You know, it was definitely a moment to behold. But go ahead. I know you're ready. Go ahead.
No, it was the first moment in wrestling that I actually legitimately cried.
Oh,
because it's something that, and it kind of works really well because I remember specifically listening to MVP in a wrestling podcast about 3-4 years ago, and he talked about how he was in the locker rooms yelling and telling how management, like, how come you never had a black WWE champion? How come we've never put a belt on him? And this is around the time of the Booker T Triple H storyline when that happened. So a lot of that kind of comes full circle, and I remember being on Twitter back in the day talking about how we've never had a black champion, and everyone would always talk about either Mark Henry or they'll talk about Booker T, but are The Rock, and the difference between this moment with Kofi and those is, yes, technically Mark Henry and Booker T were champions, but they were of the world title from WCW.
And that doesn't have the lineage.
It does not have the same lineage or the same timeline as the WWE belt. Booker T's alignment of winning the world title does not align with Bruno Sammartino, Pedro Morales, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Stone Cold. It does not align the same way. When you talk about The Rock, and The Rock has said it himself, him as a wrestler, he does have black heritage in him, and he does have Samoan, but he was viewed as something past race. So it does not feel the same. It does not have that same hit to your emotions that Kofi winning does. When you see Kofi, and you saw Kofi when he first debuted 11 years ago, he was black. He might have been Jamaican, he might have become African, but at the end of the day, he was black, and as a black person in this country, that meant something more than The Rock ever won.
It was one of those moments in time that you'll know where you were when it happened.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you didn't...
I was on the train.
Like, it didn't have to take this long for this to happen. Booker T could have won the WWE title in the early 2000s. Shelton Benjamin could have won the WWE title 14 years ago. And should have won. There was plenty of... Ahmed Johnson. Hell, you could have given him a quick...
I don't know about
You
Ahmed
could have given
Johnson,
Ahmed Johnson a quick month, honestly.
I would
not
have
have been
Made
fine.
out with gold dust.
Works out for me. Love Goldust. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, there's
That's
Mark
a reach,
Henry
bro.
as well. Mark
Henry should have
is
gotta
someone
be.
else who could have won and should have won the
Somebody go
WWE
get their
title.
head split. Somebody go get their ass kicked.
But Kofi to win, and not just being African from Nigeria or Ghana, I believe, or it was him being a workhorse as well.
Yeah.
We do not get a lot of workhorse champions in WWE anymore. We used to, but it's good to see that a babyface workhorse is actually getting that
He
title.
put his time
And
in,
we-
and I think he deserves it. I honestly didn't think Vince was going to give it to us, but that whole
Me
night
either.
was a surprise because Vince gave you everything you wanted. He gave you
And
Seth, he
I
gave you
want to
Becky, he gave
talk
you
about that
Kofi.
at the end. I want to talk about
So,
that at the end if you don't.
I will always remember where I was. I was on the train and I missed the entire match.
Shout out to New Jersey
Shout
Transit.
out
And I
to New
remember we
Jersey
talked-
Transit.
Let's
For the
not.
pre-show, we talked about. I made an idea. I was thinking for the past few weeks, you weren't gonna get all three of those
We
guys
all
winning.
thought that.
We never thought that.
Vince pulled a trick on y'all
Yeah.
asses.
And
So-
that's when you think you're not gonna get it. That's when you do.
Yeah.
gave
That's
it to us.
annoying.
The
That's
same-
annoying.
The same way he gave it to Stephanie. Move to the next match, Sam.
Those are thoughts and opinions.
No lie, that was a storyline he pitched.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, actually, you're right. That's why I'm gonna say fuck it, I'll allow it. But
Ew.
He did. He legitimately
no.
wanted when
Yeah.
she was pregnant to be the
Yeah.
father of her baby.
Yeah,
and
Stephanie
she said
was- yeah.
no.
exactly.
And then he said, "Well, how about if Shane was the father of your baby?" And she said again,
No.
no. Like that's how she said, no.
If they only did it when Game of Thrones came out, it would have been
They were
magic.
10 years ahead of their time.
They were 10
Sam.
years
You know,
ahead.
they probably would have bought it.
They
and
were
been
right
doing it
there.
now, yeah.
They were goddamn Lannisters.
Sonny, next match.
So the next match was
It was Elias giving us his show finally.
exactly, and during that time he's doing his show, and all of a sudden a familiar sound, familiar music.
This is basic thugonomics. Word life.
Sonny, I was 19 years old again.
That was amazing.
Unfortunately, John Cena's still 46, but I was 19 when I heard this music again.
Yeah.
It was the old John Cena, and this is actually a 16-year heel turn. It took him 16 years to become a heel again.
Well, it wasn't a heel turn
John-
because he got the biggest pop of the night. Probably.
It was amazing.
That was
Yeah.
That pop was
ingenious. That's
insane.
the only way you're not gonna get him booed, because if you
Yeah.
play his other theme song, it's John Cena sucks for
John Cena
30 minutes.
sucks.
He didn't even give us
John
a chance to
Cena
do
sucks.
that because
Nah.
everybody was just freaking out.
My man came out with the awkward-looking Yankee fitted,
Oh,
with
child.
with the police, with the undercover PD Yankee jersey.
You ain't never
of
seen so
Babe
many
Ruth.
people
My man-
cheer and then stop and look confused, but then continue to keep cheering. They're like, yeah.
It was a
wait.
nostalgia
My
pop.
man's came out looking like one of Tara's uncles at the Puerto Rican festival.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Shout out
I
to
loved it.
Theo Rubin.
Yo,
Wow,
I
wow.
love the memes that
Wow.
were coming out where it was like a little child saying, "Daddy, what happened to John Cena?" He's back. son."
My favorite part of this is when Elias is interrupted and John Cena is hitting him with his bars, and he says something like, "Everyone just sees you just like to play with yourself," and then here's Renee. Got him. I was like, "Oh, bitch, bitch, stop! You're not black. Don't say shit like that." She's like, "Got him." I hate when she did that. But yes,
Oh,
it
What
was
did she
good.
say? She said mad something, and I was like,
Mad bars, some
yeah,
mad
and I was like, girl, if you don't, I will
bars. When
punch
he
you in
hit
your
them
mouth.
with that you little piece of shit too, and then the dog thing comes like that looks like Ruby face tuned onto a
A little
dog.
dog.
It was great.
Shout out
Shouts to
to
Ruby.
It was a good spot. What happened
It was
next,
good.
Sonny?
It was good.
And then we had the United States Championship match between Samoa Joe, or as April likes to call it, Samosa's Joe. Because I still have that shit in my head. Taking on Rey Mysterio, where he beat the shit out of him. And that was a squash match, basically.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
He's
like 20 seconds.
Great. That was great.
He's unnaturally fat, Sonny. I can't even make fun of
Are
this
you
man.
worried about his health?
I'm worried about him.
Oh,
He gets
no.
heavier each week. I'm worried about Wendy. Like, he's going to kill Wendy.
Oh no, not Wendy.
That's.
I'm sure he's giving her.
he's not with Wendy anymore?
I'm sure he's giving a phenomenal forearm for her too.
Oh, goodness. A phenomenal heart attack. He's too big. It's too much of Samoa Joe when he comes out. It's too much people. As soon as he comes out, it's too much. Like, oh.
That's what Wendy said.
No, but it's just him in the ring. Oh, my God.
When he's by himself, it's too many people in the ring. Oh, my God. He takes up half my screen. I only have a 19-inch TV at home. I have to go next door to ask my neighbor to see the rest of Samoa Joe. He's big, Sonny. He's big. I'm worried about him. And Rey Mysterio's too small. Mexicans. I can't deal with this match, Sonny. Next
Oh
one.
my
Next.
God.
My God. It was too much happening in this match.
Those are the thoughts and opinions. of
Yes.
Sonny. And they do not represent thoughts or
Sonny,
opinions of
I
hip
have
hop
never
wrestling.
seen Mexican twins. Have you ever seen Mexican twins? It doesn't happen. Just think about it. You've never seen two people say, oh, we're twins, and they're Mexican. Never happens. I don't know what's going on in Mexico, Sonny.
You know what?
Think about it
I
and go
gotta-
to the next match.
I hate to say it, but
Doesn't
I gotta
happen.
allow it because I don't know if
I've
know-
never
I know
heard of
one.
twins.
I know one.
Who?
I know one. I have a friend
do
who's
not
actually
know
a twin.
Mexican twins.
They're Mexican twins.
I
straight out-
wanna see them.
Straight out like Guadalajara, wherever the fuck Mexico countries are.
Tell them I want to meet them.
Yo,
we-
damn, that
I don't
was
know.
just so.
I don't know what city. I don't know what city.
Yo,
Exactly.
Tell them I
Those
want
are
to
the thoughts
meet
and
them.
opinions of basement wine. They do not represent the thoughts and opinions.
Surprise,
know.
surprise. The
I
other
can't-
black guy got a disclaimer on this show.
And
Sonny.
only black guys.
Let
with
me put on my
disclaimer
surprise
listing.
face.
How am I supposed to see with the wall over there? I don't know what city it is.
Oh, shout out to Trump.
Oh my
Oh,
Tell
god.
them I want to
No,
meet them.
no,
I've
shout
never
out to
met.
Trump.
I will shout out whoever
I'll see if
like.
I can get in contact with her. Let's see if
Great.
she's
Now we
on
gotta
the
say hi to the
detention center.
FBI and everybody. Like, now they gotta start
Speaking
listening
of
to us.
FBI,
Fuck the FBI's. Fuck his whole family.
Don't talk about Nunzio
His
like
mother
that.
tried to abort him. Shout out to my ex. Now, Sonny, the next match. She did. She didn't want to have him. I read her whole diary. Fuck that bitch. That's why he's fucked up now. Sonny, the next match, please.
she was conceived. He was conceived by the mouth.
Yeah. I'm just saying. She's Catholic. She didn't want to have him. She had him anyway. That's why he's fucked up.
That sounds like a gangbang.
Shout out to my ex. Oh, God, no.
Your uncle's your father. Roman Reigns defeated Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Okay, Sonny.
Moving on.
Next
No
match,
holds
please.
barred match. And we had
Fucking
Guys,
useless.
I'm still sick from like being in the rain.
It
So-
was useless. Go to the next one, Sonny.
I mean, really? Do we? Yeah, we don't have to.
no,
talk
we
about that
don't.
match
We
yet.
don't.
Yeah.
He gave us what he want.
No. Well, the next match, no holds barred match between Triple H and Batista,
Give me what I want.
and
Did-
Triple H won.
So wait, on
Surprise.
TV, could you see Batista bust his ass getting
No,
into the
but
ring?
I saw the replay about
That
that.
was
shit.
amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I still can't tell if it was on purpose or not. Like
No,
if
it's
he
a
was
trick.
too oily,
No,
like.
Oh, so is it Batista now?
I like Blue Tista. Blue
Like,
Tista's
he's
my
fucking
favorite.
horrible. It was a broken hip versus an enlarged prostate. Two fucking old men rolling around on the ring. That's fucking gross. I've seen this on Pornhub. I didn't want to see it then. Didn't want to see it at WrestleMania. Two fucking old guys way past their prime. It was a stupid match.
Honestly, like the pace of the WrestleMania was going really good until that match, and you started realizing what time it was.
Yes.
Uh,
Yep.
Right after that match, we started realizing, oh, it's getting
The
played.
only part of that match is Triple H, who's a fucking drag queen. He likes these big WrestleMania entries. He's the only one who got this big WrestleMania. He's a fucking drag queen. I hate Triple H. Go to the next match, please.
No, wait, they both had cars, didn't they?
No, just Triple H had the screen, and
you know
he came out the screen and all that shit.
Somebody else came out the screen.
You know who else hated
Yo,
Triple
no,
H?
no,
That was
no.
the hockey talk.
No, Batista came out of the car at the top, but it didn't drive to the ring.
yeah.
That's why.
You know who
Triple
else-
H's car came off the screen and then out. He's a fucking drag queen.
You know who else hated Triple H? It was MVP.
Oh,
I don't blame MVP. You know who else hates Triple H that was at the viewing party? China. She wasn't there, Sonny, and I suckered you in and you fell for it. Move to the next match, son.
She was there in spirit.
Fucking thoughts and opinions of Teddy
Yeah.
are his.
I lured him in, and, he
And
didn't
they
know I was
do
gonna say
not
it.
represent the thoughts and opinions. of
Okay, can I just say one thing about China? I was so happy at the Hall of Fame that they gave her her moment.
Yeah.
they did.
That's all I want to say about that. Go on, Sonny.
They did.
Go on.
And can I just say one more thing?
No, go on.
The fact that it kept on referring to the real Joni would have appreciated it.
Yeah.
That was Triple H's way of getting around him,
Yeah.
but I got
Yeah.
it. But it was happy. And not Triple H, the real champion. Booker T did the same thing for Sherry. He was like, 1 second, this woman right here, and they put
That was
Sherry
smart.
up. Awesome. And they did it again for China.
They
Awesome.
put Luna Vachon into now
The Legacy Hall of
Legacy
Fame, it's
Hall
a
of Fame.
gym. It's like a cute guy with a small dick. Not enough, Vince McMahon. Not enough. Sonny, next match.
So we had Kurt Angle's farewell match where he took on Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
And I had a conversation with somebody on Friday. And people were telling me, I don't know if we're going to see Seth go over, Becky go over, and Kofi go over because of the fact that every WrestleMania has to have your match of heartbreak. And for some reason, I didn't think of this match whatsoever, and this kind of fits. So, before we start talking about Baron Corbin defeating Kurt Angle, I want to have a word on Baron Corbin done by Kevin Wood.
Hey, Kevin.
Welcome, Kevin Wood.
No.
That was his best monologue ever, Sonny. His best monologue ever.
Oh.
Take a lesson, Sonny. That's how you do this show. Thank you, sir. It was to the point. It was concise. I loved it.
Thank you, Kevin Wood. So, the match.
That was all the wood we need now.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
I cried.
You cried?
I cried after. I think it was being there. I was an emotional drunk little bitch, okay? I've been tailgating since 3 p.m. You know how long that is?
You needed extra pants for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He ripped his pants. I had to pack a bag like if I was packing for a child.
He was beaten mercilessly. Give him a break.
Yeah, this is true.
many little children.
By children. By
Nice
children.
to Cell, season 6. Whatever.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was like seeing him in the ring crying and then hearing everybody say "you suck." It like moved me, because like yes, he does suck.
It moved me.
You know, like.
Because I was asleep.
I looked at that moment and I was like, okay, this makes sense. Baron Corbin winning.
Yeah.
He went out on
But
his
then
back.
we were reviewing everything, and you noticed something from the Hall of Fame. I noticed something from the WrestleMania, and we noticed something from Monday Night Raw. Baron Corbin is like a golden boy in
yeah.
WWE.
Well liked.
They
He
love
is
that
a
man.
Yeah, that
golden
kid is
boy.
well liked because they went after him with the freaking
The water gun?
The water guns. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
He, the first person Triple H ran to was Baron Corbin. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, they love
And
each
if
other.
Triple H, the next one in line to take over, is doing that to you, he likes you. You're ready. You're
and
about
then
to
Baron
get
was
it.
just there like, oh, stop it. Oh, my God, keep going.
So if Triple H squirts in your face, you're made? Is that
I
what
feel
Yeah.
like I am.
I feel like China
You
didn't
know
get
what?
that deal. I really feel like that didn't happen.
You know what? I gotta allow that shit.
I don't feel that's the thing. Shout out to Billy Guns,
No,
who's
but-
Super Soaker did
But
well.
overall,
That
looking
was
at Baron
funny.
Corbin and just seeing the reaction he was getting, it gave me Miz vibes.
Yeah.
I honestly, wholeheartedly believe Baron Corbin will get ironically cheered or become a babyface within a year. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
Someone
I
is
definitely
really
see
mad.
that.
They're going to leave. It's
But
okay.
before we continue on to the next match,
Ooh.
I think we have one more word from Kevin Wood.
No.
Sonny, he's done it again. He topped himself, Sonny. He topped
That's what Woods
himself.
do.
Oh.
Oh.
I've always been a fan of Wood.
So moving on into the Undertaker moment of the night, we had the Intercontinental Championship match with the Demon Finn Balor defeating Bobby Lashley to become the new Intercontinental Champion.
It was
Thoughts?
trash.
I never wanted to see a black man get beaten so fast because we were getting exhausted.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Rodney King.
We were tired.
I just don't like that they warned us that the demon was coming. That should have been like a surprise.
It's what I
would've been a
usually
great
do. I never
surprise.
warn you when the demon's coming.
Yeah, I know. And then
Is
you
that what he
fart.
calls it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's not what I was talking
The
about.
only the
Sorry.
only good thing about us being warned about the demon was April. She would have come in her pants and died had the demon just appeared on the screen. So at least she knew he was coming.
So her nuts would have burst too.
Everything would have
Nuts,
burst.
ovaries,
Everything.
ovaries.
Fallopian tubes. I don't know what you all have
My
down there,
nuts
Sarah.
busted.
So thank God, because April was her Instagram story, Sonny. It was just a bunch of tongues. I didn't even know what that means. She just texted me a bunch of tongues. I don't know what that means.
Oh, my
Hipsters.
God.
But yes.
By the way, since we've mentioned April 3 times, let's also mention Chris Stefan and Patrick the Fool Nelson, who host the Unpopular Reviews.
Oh, is it
And
still on?
yes, it's still on.
They do
And
that?
it's still going
Oh.
strong. And
I
they
feel
also
April
have,
does that by herself. I do.
No. And this past Monday night, we actually had Evita and Chastity.
Shout
doing
out
a
to
special-
Evita!
A special episode.
I love that
And,
movie.
you know, it was
Argentina. Sorry.
Yeah, but no, it was they're constantly doing great stuff. Make sure you follow them on Instagram at UPRYEPILW.
It's a lot of letters.
Yes, it is.
It's like an eye chart, Sonny.
Yeah.
What happened to the next match?
And then the next match was the winner take all triple threat match for the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship match. Championship belts.
Messy.
Are y'all happy?
Messy.
Becky got it. Are you fucking happy? All you fucking listeners, you happy now? Good. Now shut up. That match sucked, Sonny. She got the belt. Y'all fucking happy? Shut up now.
No.
You got it.
You
you
can
got
tell
it.
they were tired.
Everyone
It was
tired.
3 o'clock in the morning, first off. I was doing my best to stay awake. The match was so lackluster, but I'm happy Becky won it, so all of you rats can shut up
I
now. She got it.
see.
Shut up.
But we had a lot of you hear me? We had some Ronda hecklers, and they were so annoying. Like she's
the only real athlete.
She's an athlete. You hear me? 3 syllables.
She's the only real
Athlete. Like it was
UFC.
annoying.
She knows how to fight. Oh, this fake shit.
Shout out to
I was
Joan
losing
Jett
it.
singing Ronda's entrance.
That was cool.
But it was topped by Miss Charlotte Flair showing up in a helicopter.
That was fire.
Suck on this. And by the way, that's a throwback to, I believe it was 1982 when her father showed
Yeah.
up in a helicopter to a similar stadium.
And-
You're
yeah,
a
it was
Flair. You pissed, and it's like, oh, put a belt on that. It's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Flair family. So yeah, she just upstaged everyone, and yeah, it was.
I'm just slightly disappointed we didn't get that Stone Cold moment.
Yeah.
Where we would have just seen him just give it that nod. I think that would have just popped the crowd. I think that would have revived the crowd, being that it was so late in the
My
night.
man,
Oh, it was
that
over.
would
It
have
was
woke
over.
me up. If Stone Cold would have been sitting right there and gave her a head nod, you
Yeah.
best believe this bitch would have stood up.
If it
All
was
of
on the
this right
screen- If it was on
here.
the screen, yeah, we would have woken up a bit.
Yeah.
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 That would have definitely woken everybody up.
WrestleMania was far too long, Sonny.
Well,
Far too
it was
long.
15 matches. Of course it was
I
far too
don't
long.
give a
Felt
Damn.
like 2 weekends in the Poconos.
Oh,
That's
my
what it
Oh
felt
my
like.
god. But not enough alcohol.
No, not enough. No,
far
shit's
too
You know what?
expensive.
My quick question.
What?
What time did they close the concession stands? Because they went, because sometimes when you go to like say a baseball game, they'll close the concession stands at like 7th inning.
They were still serving.
Nah, they were still
They'll still
serving.
serve it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Hall of Fame, they were like, fuck this, we're closing. There ain't
shit.
nobody's here. Like, they closed everything
Yeah.
for Hall of Fame, yeah.
Well, everyone was at G1. G1 was packed.
WrestleMania, though, they were still, because they didn't know what time it was going to fucking end. So all the concession stand people were still there, like, ay, Dios mío.
They couldn't go home either.
Nope. They were all on the train line. They were on the train line at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Sad.
Disgusting.
That's just sucks. So that's 82,000 people watching the show, not
Plus-
plus the people working there.
This is probably another 500 to 600.
And everybody's like trying to get the fuck
Maybe
out
more
of
than
this
that.
parking
yeah,
lot. It
probably
was
1,000.
Call me old, but I can remember many years ago when WrestleMania started at 8 and it ended at 10. Then it started ending at 11. Now it's starting at 3 in the afternoon and it's ending at nearly 1 o'clock. Vince has dementia. Someone needs to stop him. He doesn't realize the show has to end. You know?
I will not be surprised if WrestleMania becomes a 2-day event.
It's like
It's no longer just WrestleMania, but it's like WrestleMania Fest.
I mean,
No.
it's a right now. Let's
It's
be
a
real.
2-day thing.
It's a 3-day
It's a 3-day
thing.
thing.
Because you have NXT, you have the Hall of Fame,
It's
and
a
you have the main show.
It's a
5
5-day
days.
thing now. When
Because
you
you got
count
SmackDown and
SmackDown.
Raw.
Well, actually, shit. It's
WrestleMania.
6 days because Access started Thursday.
Ah.
So it's actually 6 days because Access started Thursday. Then you had NXT. Then you had Hall of Fame. Then you had
It's legit WrestleMania
yeah.
week.
yeah.
If
yeah.
I was a wrestler today or yesterday, like Wednesday, would have been my today's Wednesday. Today would have been like my mental breakdown. Like you just start crying because you're like, oh my god, we're done.
Sounds like someone that has been going through it.
yeah.
Sounds like
You
Sasha.
are not 100%. I am not 100%.
None of us
Sonny was
are.
not 100%. Beige is not. We have all felt this.
I
Imagine
have-
if we took bumps. Sonny, can I take bumps? You told me I couldn't. At ECW. Can I take bumps from now on? I want to take bumps.
You know what? I want
Oh,
you
I'm
to take
gonna start
Teddy.
trading.
Listen, Teddy, I know a guy. He sells it by the 8-ball. Then you can take some bumps.
Oh, shout out to cocaine.
Would you like children to hit you with a kendo stick? Because
Yes!
Those are some bumps.
You know what?
I
You know
actually
what?
did take bumps then.
I did take a bump.
I'll
I'm so
allow all of it.
jealous.
Yeah.
Sonny refused to let me take
we need to
bumps a
do
few
like
weeks ago.
a fusion tailgate for like something with both podcasts because I want to throw somebody through a table. I didn't get to do that. I just got to watch.
Devon
Yeah.
got the dick.
Yeah.
Yo, can I just tell you that I walked into my day job on Monday night and people knew that I had a WrestleMania party and they just looked at me and said, You were wrestling too, or what?
Yeah.
Because I was done. I couldn't even walk. I was done.
No joke, no punchline. Today is the first day I've left my house in
Same.
72 hours.
Yeah.
Because I have been sick in my home, in my job.
Yeah, I got phlegmy. It's like
My
I got
head is
phlegm.
pounding. I can't
Yeah.
breathe. I can't do it. This is fucking WrestleMania weekend. I'm done. And I didn't take one bump.
My mom had a bag on her head to protect her from the rain.
Oh, do tell your mother I miss her, Tara.
She
Sonny, that's
is,
WrestleMania.
yeah.
Shall we end this now? Can we go home?
We're about to end it right now. You know what?
Sorry, phlegmy. Sorry.
Yeah. Everyone.
It's easier to swallow. What's that, Sonny?
Oh my.
Those are Teddy's thoughts, and I don't feel like even addressing
Hi,
this.
Dad.
Oh, hi, Daddy.
So we're gonna have another episode coming soon with Paige Benoit, Kevin Wood, and Tara, the Glamazon, talking about everything that happened this past weekend. Talking about G1, talking about NXT, talking about Hall of Fame, and also we're gonna just give our grades on Raw and SmackDown, because if you would like to know more about how Raw and SmackDown was this past week, I want you to go and check us out. Check out our Facebook page. That is facebook.com/YPIOW. Unpopular Reviews does a great recap of the shows, and you should check them out because they're a lot of fun. So, real quick, around the table, I would like to touch on what went on this past Monday night on Raw. Starting off with the general manager.
Here's my issue. Those pendejos with the black T-shirts on that duck when the camera turns to them. Stop fucking ducking, because I can see you. Stop that. That shit annoys the hell out of me. What do we call those? Stage managers? You know those guys that they hide behind the barricades?
They're stage hands, and you're talking to someone that was a stage hand at one point.
Stop ducking.
How many hand jobs did you do?
Oh, hand job.
Fuck you.
He did his hand jobs on stage, that's why.
That's the only thing that annoys me on Raw, because they're always doing that, Sonny.
I broke him. That's what they told him. They broke him too.
Sarah,
Sunny.
Yo.
Your thought on Monday Night Raw.
I was still not a full human on Monday.
Which is understandable.
I had the shakes. I had a fever. I had phlegm. But I think it was pretty cool. I expected more. I expected a couple of more surprises, at least, especially for like people who traveled out of country. So you think that they would get more surprises during Raw because it is right after WrestleMania. Can we get something?
Yes.
Lacey Evans.
Snuff
Becky.
Yeah, I mean,
and we also had beach balls in the crowd.
Lars.
You know how I feel about the beach balls, and I wasn't gonna talk about them. You know,
Honest.
And Lars Sullivan.
It was not a thing for me. I don't. Yeah,
He looks like a roided up Jack
really
Swagger
is.
to me.
He's a total Monet.
He has everything that I like, but altogether, it's terrible. Like a Monet. Far away, it's great.
Nice.
Up close,
Nice from afar, but far from nice.
thank you.
There you
He's
go.
masculine,
A
he's
butterface.
muscular, he's all that, but the closer he gets to the camera, yeesh.
He's a butterface.
Yes, he's a butter everything.
Looks
Just
like a
he's
steroid.
butter.
Looks like a steroid Amish man, like with the beard. It's just
You know
Yeah,
what?
no,
That's
I
like
thought it
the
was a-
best description of steroid Amish man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'll give it.
He's living in this
I'll allow
Amish
it. Yeah.
paradise. There you go.
Lacey
My
Evans,
thought.
finally, that was good.
You have another. You have a thought?
I'll give it a C.
You give it a C?
I'll give it a C. It felt like a slightly nicer episode of a regular episode of Raw.
Okay.
I feel like the ending of it with Sheamus and Cesaro coming out was a complete waste of time. I mean, if you're gonna end it like that and give us a no contest between Kofi and Seth Rollins, give us a debut. That was the perfect opportunity to bring out the Undisputed Era if you were gonna move them up. But it feels like they were holding back on those surprises
They
for
gave
next
you
week.
The Undertaker. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
He buried Elias further, as if Jeff Jarrett didn't do enough of that. Yes,
It
the
was,
Undertaker.
yeah, it
John
was
Cena.
just
It
like
was weird for him to be there.
It was like they knew there was a lot of pressure. Like they're like, all right, this is the Raw after like WrestleMania. We got to make it really good, and then they just bombed it like completely.
Undertaker, I need you to show up just for one moment.
So I have a thought that I just want to express. I think Vince is a fucking dick. Cause when we saw Kofi and Seth say, "Oh, we're gonna do winner take all," it made Sunday become non-existent because I was like, "Wait a minute, are they gonna take the shit off of Kofi already?" Because I didn't expect them to go this route. I'm saying, what the? Really?
I was
Oh.
worried. I'll give you that. I was
Oh, I
worried
knew.
as well.
I knew.
was
Yeah.
worried.
I knew it was gonna end in no contest.
No, I didn't, because I was like, I honestly was like, what the fuck?
I
But
was
then
a little worried.
when
Kofi had too much dip on his chip.
What I was mainly worried about was Seth Rollins killing Kofi, because you know he has a bit
Well,
of
yeah,
a
well,
history
we
about
also
killing
have-
Ah,
people.
but
he's
then, but
not
then,
Brie
but then,
Bella.
but then
He
for like
kills
a,
Cena.
but then for at a certain point, I just kind of went to the opposite side of it and saying, wait, are they gonna put both titles on Kofi? And then,
I was worried.
you know, so I went from worried to like excited about it, and then I was like, oh, now the bar comes in and fucks it up. That I didn't get.
And they 100% lost the crowd right
Yeah.
at that moment.
Yeah.
The
They
crowd was
lost the
so
whole crowd.
pissed off.
Because you know what? If you would have put it on Kofi, if you'd have put both belts on Seth, half the crowd would have been pissed.
Riot.
If you would have put both belts on Kofi, I think you would have gotten one of the largest pops ever. By bringing the bar, and the thing is, it was because it was the bar. Like, you know what? Let's say Aleister Black and Ricochet would have done that shit and made it almost like
that-
a heel.
It would have been like a bouncy
If it was a
house.
heel turn with them, that would have been weird.
It would have been a heel turn. It would have been weird, but it would have still kept everybody's attention, because they would have said, all right, where the fuck are we going with this? Anybody else, but the bar, they weren't. It just.
But that's also why I wanted Undisputed Era, because I feel like
Yeah.
they're a heel group. They can come in, get that one moment where
Could have been
just
John
this
Cena
random,
and
no,
Kurt
just like a
Angle.
random
No, no,
debut
I
of young guys
yeah.
beating everyone up. We haven't had that in a while.
I totally get that,
Like since
even
the
though
Shield, we haven't had something that memorable
I-
to end a show that way. Like we haven't.
Their shirts kind of remind me of Nexus, so I would have wanted that. But I get.
I mean, it's yellow and black.
You
I
gotta,
mean, that's fine. But
no, but you got to remember, you kind of have to. NXT is for the more sophisticated fan. For the
I'm
most
saying,
part.
Well,
saying
thank you.
If they're getting moved up,
No, I
then
understand that.
there's no point in worrying about what the NXT fan is, because
No.
you already have the hardcore fan.
No,
there.
but that's the problem. If you're moving them up and you have them do something that they may relate it to NXT, that might bury them in that initial moment. It's just you kind of have to idiot-proof certain things for a larger crowd. Not to call them idiots, but when you're dealing with a mob, you have to think of mob mentality. Does that mob mentality understand the nuance of what Undisputed Era is? So that's why it's like, I'm glad they didn't bring Undisputed Era up. I think it would have been a bad timing, but Vince, you're a dick for giving everybody a collective heart attack. Let's move on to SmackDown. SmackDown thoughts.
Oh my God.
Starting with the general manager.
They fucking love Sami Zayn. I don't understand it, but people
that
love
was
this
great.
man.
Sami Zayn is dope.
They
man.
love this man. He has no rhythm whatsoever, but they love this man. He came out twice, and my God, people were jacking themselves off for Sami Zayn, for heaven's sake. I've never seen a white boy with no rhythm get such a reaction.
Wow.
Sarah, what do you
can't
thought
sing, I'm
of SmackDown?
I didn't think we needed we didn't need the bar again to interrupt Kofi. Like, que mucho tu jode. Like, why are you
Shout out to
here?
Telemundo. 'cause we don't know
Yeah,
what this
like,
says.
why are you
Shout out
here
to the bar.
again?
Well, we
It's
did get the Hardy Boys as
annoying.
new champions. What? Didn't that make you happy? You love Jeff Hardy.
It feels like a setup for something else, though.
It feels like a setup for the Usos to go to Raw. That's all it felt like.
Yeah,
I'd love for the Usos to go to Raw.
I don't trust it because they use them because they're the old viejos, right? So they're like, I just
Sonny,
put
she
the
keeps
belts.
doing. She makes up words. I don't understand her when she does that.
They're the little old men, and they were like, oh, we'll just give it to them. They're a good buffer
those are-
before we
Shout
give
out
it to
to
someone
Ruby
else.
Just so you know that if you need to press the SAP button while you listen to this podcast, feel free to do so. We'll make sure that it's enabled.
Telemundo.
I'm sorry.
Moving on to Beige Benoit.
It's all right. I mean, a couple of little surprises. Braun Strowman coming out to fight Samoa Joe. Looks like Braun is going to SmackDown.
Too many people in the ring at once.
It's fine.
No, that's a lot of people.
Iconics defeated the Brooklyn Bells. Paige.
Brooklyn Hoes.
Who the hell is the Brooklyn
Brooklyn
Bells?
You never heard of
Hoes.
maybe Sonny, you just haven't watched enough indie wrestling.
Random
Maybe it's time
hose
that you
game
go.
with matching gear.
Maybe you
Random
should-
hose. They weren't even local competitors. These were random
All right,
hose.
all right. So full confession.
You were drunk?
I wasn't drunk. I was just still exhausted. I could barely keep my eyes open for SmackDown.
These were hoes. You like hoes.
Neither could the
Sonny.
fans at the
Yeah,
bar.
I always do.
They
These
were
were hoes.
hoes.
These weren't competitors. These were hoes.
Oh.
These were Atlantic Avenue hoes that they
Oh
went
my
into the D train to
God.
get. These were hoes.
Atlantic Avenue, not Hunts Point.
Yeah, no. These weren't
That's
Hunts
far.
Point.
We in
Yeah, the
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Bells.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
These were
they got
hipster
they got to import.
Not
Hipster
the
hoes.
Bronx boppers.
They have to import.
Worst kind of hoes.
They have to import locally. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Big E did a full split. That was unsettling.
That I saw, and I was like, yo, what the hell?
It's far too big to be doing such things.
Because he said the New Day were splitting. There you go.
I see what you did there, Paige. Lars Sullivan came out yet again, which was hard to watch. Becky Lynch got another right hand to the jaw from one Lacey Evans.
Was it to the other side of the jaw?
Nope, same side.
Who do you think Paige is bringing as the tag team next week?
Xavier Woods and Brad Maddox. He let me do it.
Really set that one up.
Do it.
Yo,
Really
you know
set
what?
That one up.
That shit was so funny. I'm definitely gonna allow that shit.
Yes! My first claimer. It only took me a year to get
Whoa,
it.
wait. Chill out. I didn't claim that shit.
Oh,
I just said I'll allow it.
See how it happens. There was a funny spot where Ali, Ricochet, and Aleister Black all did their sit-out moves in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch.
The crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
They
and
all sat down.
Crisscross applesauce.
As much as I'd love to sit down on all three of them, that was fun to watch. All three of them.
Beautiful.
I do like Ali. I really do like him. And I do have to say something in total seriousness.
Uh-oh.
Ali showed up to the Hall of Fame with his wife, who is a Muslim.
And a hijab.
She was wearing a hijab.
Yep.
She was posing next to him for pictures. They were very happy. Some dick online went after Ali's wife for no reason. This woman is not famous.
Total scumbag.
I know you listen to this podcast and I run down some of the wrestlers. I can do that. I'm general manager. These people attacked his wife, who is not a celebrity. She's not. They attacked her for what? Being a Muslim. And then they attacked Ali for saying, stop, persecuting your wife. Stop making her wear that hijab. Oh, they went after Ali. And finally Ali was like, there is nothing more American than accepting people of all colors. So he took the high road. But they went after his wife for no fucking reason. So if you were one of those people, fuck you, my friend. That was uncalled for. And that's coming from the general manager. So that says a lot.
Yo,
that's all I'm going to say about that.
Shit, I applaud that. You know what? Those thoughts and opinions do reflect the thoughts and opinions of Yep, I Like Wrestling.
Oh.
So that, you know what? That is actually a serious statement that we do claim because, honestly, dude, you're an asshole.
For no reason. And then other people started piggybacking. It's like, what are you? This woman is not a celebrity. It's okay. We all sit here. We make fun of wrestlers. Of
course.
When you are a celebrity, you sort of have it coming, and you take it with a grain of salt.
Exactly.
This woman is not a wrestler. She's not a celebrity.
Exactly.
She was there supporting her husband in her religion.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she had the full hijab where you couldn't see. No, it was just the headpiece.
Just headpiece. It's fine.
And she was happy. She was hugging her husband. She was smiling. So why would you say such a thing like that? It wasn't like he was like elbowing her or hitting. She was fucking happy next to her husband. You can't get more beautiful than that.
As it constantly goes back to, there's a lot of ignorant people.
Such ignorance. There's a difference between ignorance or actively going after, and then when people actively going after Ali's wife.
Yeah, that's just mean. That's just mean-spirited.
For
It's
no
just cruel.
reason.
It's
She was
unnecessary.
happy sitting next to her husband.
Like,
However,
what is going wrong in your life that you have to look at someone wearing a hijab and say, you know what? That really bothers
a
me.
happy
I need
woman.
to talk about
That's
it
the thing.
online.
If you look at all her pictures, how happy she was holding her husband's hand. You looked at a happy couple and made it misery. You, my friend, are miserable.
Yes.
Now, Sonny,
It's ignorance that spreads, man.
I need you to tell Kervin to stop screaming the words heel turn after every match. Because I am now paranoid. I will tell
Yeah.
you why.
Yeah.
At the end of SmackDown, when Kofi won, his wife and children came, and in my mind I kept saying, please God, don't heel turn with the babies in the ring. Because I keep hearing Kervin screaming, heel turn, heel. He screams it after every fucking match. First off.
You know what?
God.
Imagine if Kofi's wife and kids would have just everybody just start beating him down.
I am
Well, then Kofi would know how I felt.
I have PTSD because of fucking Kervin now. Every time I hear heel turn, heel turn. So I kept saying, oh, please, God, don't heel turn with the baby in the ring. And then the wife sort of took one of the kids, and I was like, oh, fuck, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Thank you, Kervin, for ruining my entire SmackDown. Because I was worried that Big E was going to powerbomb the mom, and I'm like, oh, God, don't do this.
He's gonna hit Kofi with one of his kids.
Because they started coming in the ring at 9:58, and I'm always worried, we're like, oh, fuck, we've got 2 minutes. Oh, no, don't do this. And I kept saying, like, come on, Temptation Island, come on, Mr. and Mrs. Miz, come on, Miz, come on, hurry up. Thank God there was no heel turn with the babies in the ring. Thank God.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
all I asked. Thank God.
And on that note, please stay tuned for a message from the co-founder of Yep, I Like Wrestling,
Jesus.
Kervin,
Fucking Kervin.
a.k.a. KD Swagger.
Where's Ember Moon? I don't give a fuck where Ember Moon.
Hey, good job, guys. Sorry I ruined SmackDown for you, Teddy. And by the way,
Heel turn! Sonny, take us home.
Thank you for joining us for episode 77 of the Yep I Like Wrestling podcast. It's been a pleasure doing this podcast for you. And
Not really.
we are
Tired. I'm hungry.
horny. Many things.
Tired of wrestling.
Fuck wrestling. Can we say fuck wrestling? I just want to say fuck wrestling.
Yo,
This
I'm
weekend
exhausted.
took everything from me.
Yo, that ass. And now they want to shake shit up. How about you shake it up in 2 weeks? I'm tired.
Yo, a good 2 weeks off of wrestling would be amazing right now.
Oh, you
I
shaking
would
too
come
much.
back
You're playing
so
with.
ready to watch.
Yes.
Vince, shake my dick. I don't want to do anything.
Wow.
I don't want anything wrestling related. Fuck NXT, fuck SmackDown, fuck Raw, fuck 205 Live, fuck Main Event, fuck Astros on Telemundo, fuck everything.
Triple
from
A.
By the way,
wrestling. Triple A.
Teddy, I forgot to tell you, you're going to be hosting UPR for the next week.
God!
Yo, I would literally cry. I would cry. When I tell you that every day we got home from wrestling events, every day he put more wrestling on the TV, I was
I
going to
just
punch
wanted
him
to
in his
rewatch certain
throat.
events. That's all I wanted to do.
Sonny, I have
Bro.
wrestling coming out of all of my holes.
Yo.
I've got 30 holes, and wrestling is
He's
coming out of
got
all of
30
them.
holes for 30 souls.
On that note,
Everything.
thank you for joining us for episode 77 of the Yep I Like Wrestling podcast. We are done here.
Fuck it.
All right, and make sure you follow us on all social media at YEPILW. Also,
YEPLILW this dick. Sorry.
at YEPILW. Also, check us out on all podcast platforms
check
by
shit.
searching
Fuck
Yep
wrestling.
I Like Wrestling.
We'll be here next week.
INDEPEN. Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you know what that means?
Take care. Peace out. Love you guys.
Bye.
In my life, I have never shed tears watching pro wrestling. And as a man of color who has come from this industry and left that company because I felt there would be greener pastures for me elsewhere,
Touch. Right here. Here we go.
as I watched Kofi Kingston win the WWE. Now, I know some of you might not understand. It's not the WCW World Championship. It's not the ECW Championship. In the history of the WWE Championship, a black man has never held that shit. Now, to be fair, you had a man who's half Samoan hold that title. And to his credit, yeah, but you ain't never see the company hold him up as a black man during Black History Month, and now a black man who was born in Africa is the WWE champion in my career. And I wasn't even in the ring. This is the greatest moment I have ever experienced in my entire career.
There you go. Yo, hold up. We also got another guest right here who's going to say something real quick. Chad.
Oi, come here. So, y'all don't understand. MVP, you know, Hassan, has been a brother to me from day one. He fucking helped raise me. He helped teach me. He helped guide me. Same thing for Booker T, Mark Henry, and everybody. And on day one when I met Kofi, I took him in as my brother. I beat his ass, and we got him a contract. And he has a scar on his shoulder from me. And he says, that's my contract that you gave me, my brother. And I love him every fucking day for that moment. And he loves me for the same reason. And y'all don't understand the struggles and the trials and tribulations that they put us through and that we have to go through just to even have a minute amount of success in this fucking company, in this industry. So to see a brother who literally got shitted on, got buried, got dropped on, got told he's too small, got told every little wrong things, because he's not 6'7" like me. He's not big like P. And he's an agile, smaller athlete, and told he will never be nothing more. And for that, the smallest one out of all of us, to be our champion is the most proudest thing I could ever see in my career. I would 1,010 times pass up an opportunity to see Kofi shine rather than see myself, P, or any of us. Because he has earned it the hard way. And I love him for it. Don't fuck Vince. Don't fuck Vince.
Vince just okayed that shit.
Vince just okayed that shit.
All right.
Yeah. Fuck the men and women who've been put in positions to hold us back for so many years, and now they're fucking gone. Because you know what? It's a new day. So stand up, make some noise, shout out, and let me hear you say, Kofi, 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 Kofi.
That's why I pulled you up. And on that note, you know what? That's why we all love wrestling, and that's why we all love you. Thank you for joining us for this moment. This is a moment. This is a moment you tell your kids about, your nieces, your nephews. You were here when this happened. Make sure you spread the word.